Hi, everybody. Jay Goth with Innovation Insights, and we're going to plumb the depths of innovation today with Leo Barbe of Tugi Care. Leo, why don't you give us a 30-second elevator pitch on who you are, what you do, and why you're innovating?
Well, great. Well, thanks for having me, Jake. Pleasure to be here today. Well, I've been innovating for the last 16 years in gaming, education, and now specifically in family caregiving. And we're empowering the family caregiver and those aging through AI innovation and allowing them to take control of the caregiving journey, which can be one of the most emotionally taxing roles that any human can take on. Also very liberating and very much a beautiful experience to take care of those that you love, but as we all know, very challenging. So my goal is to bring in AI innovation and real support for those taking care of their aging loved ones.
Terrific. So, when we talk about innovation, what does that word actually mean to you? What is innovation? Because a lot of people see it differently.
See innovation as, I'm a man of metaphors. So I always see innovation as, in the jungle, in the forest, a path that has not been done or walked or created before, with the machete, cutting down the branches, seeing what's next, understanding that there's a level of unexpected pain and danger that comes with it, but also this great thrill of adventure that comes with it as well. And so it's a little bit of a combination of danger and adventure, and understanding that there's pain in pushing forward and challenging oneself to be innovative, because sometimes we push ourselves to do things and hope that there's a community or people around. And usually in innovation, you're alone or you're kind of feeling alone in that innovation. So that's how I see it. And so I
Awesome.
see it as an explorer, if you will.
Yeah, that's a different approach, and I love it. I love it. So, you have kind of a personal story around why you went in this direction versus where you had been in gaming and things. Could you give us a quick recap? You don't need to have to tell the whole brutal story, but tell us why caregiving is so important to you.
Well, yeah, like I was in corporate sales. I wanted to be, a successful executive, and life had different plans. I ended up going to Montreal for vacation and Canada Day weekend, and lots going on in the beautiful city of Montreal, and ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time, shot twice, left for dead as a youth tried to rob me, left me there. I was found by the mailman in the morning a few hours later, saved my life, and my journey took a completely different turn than I could have ever expected. And, mental, physical, went through many different surgeries in and out of physical and mental hospitals. And I had an epiphany during a drive with my dad where he played Martin Luther King's last speech. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, Jay. And it just was like, wait, one person, one voice, one mission could change the world forever. What could I could help people. I could share my story. I could help kids in need. What happened to that kid who shot me? It wasn't his destiny to shoot me. What happened in his life to bring him to that point, thinking meeting me in the alleyway was his only choice? And that sparked a journey into, how do I make the world a better place? How do I help people? How do I inspire? How do I teach? But more importantly, how to do it sustainably, how to make money. I was always like wanted to do this sustainably and do this in a way where, whether it was a youth or an adult being like, wait, I can make the world a better place and it doesn't have to be this difficult life. It could be a beautiful life. And so it started in education, went into gaming. We built a play to learn action adventure role playing game on the blockchain and was about to work with PlayStation. And life had other plans and pulled me towards caregiving. Again, became a caregiver. I was once cared for by my family during what I went through, and now caring for my family, caring for my mother specifically, and seeing both sides of the caregiving journey, the anxiety, the guilt, the unseen burden emotionally and taxing physically, and taking on this role where I'm a nurse and a coordinator and a therapist and all these things in one. And I thought there had to be a better way, and there had to be innovation here where the AI companions that are out there are a great starting point, but not anywhere close to what we needed them to be as a built product. And so that's where I saw an opening in the market, some innovation, AI, and, putting it in the easy conversational cell phones, pockets of caregivers around North America. And that's where we are now. We're working with healthcare partners to put this in the hands of caregivers through long-term care, home care, retirement homes, and hospital networks. And we're very excited to continue on helping and making the world a better place if we can.
Awesome. We're going to go ahead and post your website up on the final credits so people can go see the amazing work that you are doing.
Thank you.
Tell me, Leo, what was one lesson that you've come across that you didn't expect? You're talking about, having the machete, chopping down the branches. What was one of those unexpected things that jumped out at you that you just did not see coming?
You know what? A couple things. Most of the time I thought I could do it alone, and I didn't realize the power of like having a team beside me, motivated just like me to do it, sharing the wealth of the adventure. When I came out of the shooting and what I went through, I thought I could do this. You can go far as a person, but you can go so much further, so much wider, so much deeper as a team. And so I kind of shifted with the game to build teams and build people around me that had skills I didn't have. The power of social media, LinkedIn, finding people that are on a similar mission, joining arms with them and saying, "Hey, how can we do this together?" is such a strong lesson in innovation that that everybody feels like, "Hey, I'm smart, I can do this, I'm capable," and of course you are. But the power of combining forces is a beautiful thing.
You hear that, innovators and founders? Building walls around myself and my project and operating kind of in a silo, but opening up to other people can be tremendously liberating, not only on the personal side, but the business can just spike like
Oh
crazy
yeah.
because you need that outside look. So I think that's a great thing to bring to people's attention. So, Leo, if there was one thing you could ask our audience today that could help you move your company forward, what would it be?
To push forward? Well, right now, what we find is the hardest thing to reach our caregivers is that a lot of people don't recognize themselves as a caregiver. And what we find is that connecting with them at a point of need through a healthcare partner is one of the most powerful pathways to empowering the caregiver. If anybody out there looking to kind of build support for their aging loved ones, for their clients in the home care and different healthcare systems, along with different caregivers they're connected with. We're in a great expansion period to be able to connect with any individual that's in that position, and we're open to building strong partnerships with anyone in the healthcare space.
Sweet. But Leo, we're going to go ahead and put a big contact slide up there and leave it for people so that they can reach you. We'll have your email address, your LinkedIn, website, and I really appreciate you being on today and sharing some of your adventures and look forward to seeing what's next for Tugi.
Thank you so much for your time, for your support, Jay. It's great getting to know you and all your help. So it was a great conversation, and hope I was able to give a nugget of information to somebody out there on their innovation path.
No, it was great. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Leo.
Thank you so much.